I didn't even realize I sent the message. I'd been half asleep, scrolling through my phone in bed, that hazy zone between dream and wakefulness where your brain just floats. All I remembered was tapping out a sentence before my eyes shut. It wasn't until the vibration of my phone jolted me back awake that I saw the text. From me, "Don't trust the man who knocks tonight." I blinked at it, confused. Groggy, I looked at the top of the screen again. From me, and right underneath ... was a reply. "Then don't answer the door." I shot up right in bed, my pulse already hammering. I read it again, trying to convince myself I was still dreaming. I wasn't. I opened my messages app, certain it would be a glitch. Maybe a delayed message. Maybe I sent something weird to myself through iCloud or some backup. But no, there it was. Sent at 2:11 a.m. from my own number. And a reply timestamped 2:12 a.m. No record of any third party. No app data. Just a thread between me and me. I sat there staring, every hair on my body standing on end. My apartment was silent, not peaceful silent, pressure cooker silent. Like the walls were holding their breath. My first instinct was to laugh it off. Maybe I had messed with the settings app. Maybe I had voice-to-texted something while rolling over. But that reply, that was what unsettled me. Because it sounded deliberate, personal. I tried to remember what I typed. Had I read it somewhere? Was it from a movie or something I copied by accident? No, I typed it. "Don't trust the man who knocks tonight." I whispered the words out loud, and something about hearing them in the quiet dark made my stomach tighten. I got out of bed and walked through the apartment, flicking on the lights as I went. Bedroom, hallway, living room, kitchen, everything was exactly as I'd left it. The windows were locked. The deadbolt on the front door was secured. No signs of intrusion. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. At 2:37 a.m., I deleted the text thread. It made me feel better, like wiping the slate clean. I even restarted my phone. But when it booted back up, there it was again. The entire conversation, the same 2 messages. I hadn't screenshotted it, hadn't saved it anywhere, and yet it returned, exactly as before. Then came the 3rd message. "He's almost there." That was it. I threw the phone across the room and backed into the corner near the kitchen counter. My heart was pounding in my throat. My first rational thought was someone cloned my number. That had to be it. Some tech-savvy psycho was screwing with me. But who? I live alone, I don't have enemies, and I've never shared anything publicly that would invite this level of targeted insanity. I picked up my phone again and blocked my own number, but it didn't stop the next message. 2:44 a.m., "Don't let him speak." I stared at it for what felt like hours. What was I supposed to do with that? I felt like I was unraveling. The apartment, my mind, the walls, it all felt too small. Too tight. I couldn't breathe. I needed air. I went to the window, but I stopped before I could lift the shade. What if someone was outside, watching, waiting? I backed away. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I sat in a chair in the living room, phone in hand, door in view. Every sound pipe's groaning, the fridge clicking, a car passing outside felt deliberate. Like the house was trying to prepare me. When dawn finally arrived, nothing happened. No knock. No man. Just light bleeding in through the blinds like nothing had ever happened. And for a few minutes, I believed it had all been some kind of sleep-deprived delusion. Until I checked my phone. The messages were gone. No thread, no log, nothing in deleted messages, no backup. It was like it had never happened. And then I noticed something even stranger. In my sent folder was a photo. A photo I never took. It was of my front door, taken at 2:46 a.m. from the inside, as if I had been standing there, watching. But I hadn't moved from the chair all night. I stared at the photo on my phone until my eyes burned. It showed my front door exactly as it looked at 2:46 a.m., except for one detail I couldn't ignore. There was a shadow under the door, not a normal shadow. It was shaped like shoes facing inward, as if someone was standing on the wrong side. In my apartment, waiting, my first instinct was to tear the place apart looking for a hidden camera. I checked every smoke detector, every light fixture, every vent. Nothing. Just me and empty air. But the whole apartment felt heavier, like the walls were listening, like my own breathing was too loud. I called Jason, my only friend who wouldn't call me crazy. He picked up on the third ring. "Dude, it's 3 a.m. I need you to come over," I whispered. "Why?" I didn't know how to explain without sounding insane. Just, "Please, something's wrong." He muttered something about an Uber and hung up. Said he'd be here in 20. I sat on the couch, staring at the door, phone in hand. My palms were slick, my throat dry. I kept glancing at the peephole, even though I knew there was nothing there. Then the text came. "He's still coming. No number, no name, just the message." I tried calling back. It went straight to a dead tone. No ring, no voicemail, just static. Another message buzzed immediately after. "Don't let him speak your name." I swallowed hard. "What happens if I do?" 3 dots blinked, then disappeared. Jason texted that he was outside. I felt my knees go weak with relief. I opened the door fast, ready to grab him. No one was there. The hallway was empty. I leaned out, calling his name, but my voice echoed strangely, like the walls were farther away than they should be. Another text, not Jason. I slammed the door shut and locked it, heart in my throat. I texted Jason, "Are you here or not?" He replied instantly. I never left my apartment. Why? My fingers slipped off the screen. I dropped the phone. When I picked it up again, a new message was already waiting. "He's at the door." 3 slow knocks followed. I froze. The knocks weren't loud. They were soft, patient, like whoever was out there had all the time in the world. Another text appeared before I could even breathe. "Don't answer. Don't look." The knocks came again, this time a rhythm. 3 knocks, pause. 3 knocks, pause, as if trying to lull me into opening. I backed away from the door, step by step. My phone buzzed once more. "He can hear you breathing." I clamped a hand over my mouth, chest heaving. The knock stopped. Silence. Then a new sound, a low hum like a refrigerator motor, coming from the door itself. The peephole went dark, as if someone had pressed their finger against it. I was shaking so badly the phone nearly fell again. My screen lit up with one last message. "It's me. Let me in." I stared at it. My thumb hovered over the reply button. Then another text, identical, arrived. Then another. My phone vibrated over and over, the same message flooding the screen until it blurred. "It's me. Let me in. It's me, let me in. It's me. Let me in." The knocking resumed louder this time, insistent. The door rattled on its hinges like a storm battering it. My apartment shook with each strike. My head rang with the sound of my own name whispered over and over, layered like a chant. And then silence. The text stopped. The knocking stopped. The humming stopped. I waited, heart pounding, until my knees gave out and I slid to the floor. For a moment, I thought it was over. Then my phone buzzed again. A photo, taken from inside my apartment, of me sitting on the floor. Right now, I dropped the phone. It skittered across the tile and hit the baseboard with a soft click. From the door came a voice, calm, gentle. The walls moved again. Not like a trick of my eyes, this time I felt it. The drywall behind me bowed inward, a faint bulge pressing against my back, soft as a heartbeat. Dust sifted down from the ceiling in thin lines. My phone buzzed once more. Another photo. This time it wasn't of me. It was the hallway outside my door, completely black. In the center of the photo was a shape like a person's outline, made of static. I wanted to scream, but my throat locked. The voice at the door spoke again, still calm, still mine. Open the door. This is the only way out. I stared at the knob. My hand moved without me telling it to, trembling inches above the metal. Another text came through. If you touch the knob, you belong to him. I yanked my hand back like the knob was red hot. The walls gave another slow shudder. A hairline crack split across the paint near the baseboard. Something black glistened in the crack like an eye. The voice outside whispered my name again, but softer now, coaxing. It didn't sound exactly like me anymore. There was an echo under it, like two people speaking at once. My phone lit up again. He's already inside. I turned, heart hammering, and saw a dent pushing out from the wall above the kitchen counter, like a fist trying to punch through from the other side. The drywall creaked and split an inch. Dust filled the air. My ears rang. Another text. Run. Run where? The only door was the one with the voice. The only window was nailed shut by the landlord years before. I pressed myself into the farthest corner, clutching the phone like a weapon. My reflection in the dark TV screen across the room stared back at me, but its mouth was moving, forming words I couldn't hear. Then the knocking started again. Not at the door this time, inside the walls, everywhere at once. 3 knocks, pause. 3 knocks, pause. My name whispered from every corner, low, patient. I couldn't take it anymore. I bolted for the closet, slammed the door behind me, and curled into the shadows. The air smelled of plaster and something sweet and rotting. My phone buzzed. A single line. Don't hide there. The closet went cold, so cold, my breath fogged in the dark. From the other side of the thin drywall came a sound like fingernails dragging slowly upward. The scratching rose to a steady whispering hiss. Then a new message. He's behind you. I spun around. Nothing. Just coats and old boxes stacked against the wall. Another text arrived instantly. Look up. I tilted my head. In the dim glow of my phone screen, the ceiling of the closet bulged downward, swollen like something was pressing through. A split opened silently, shedding a drizzle of chalky dust. I backed into the corner, but there was nowhere left to go. The split widened. 2 pale fingers slipped through, stretching impossibly long, feeling for me in the dark. My voice spoke again, but now it came from inside the closet, right next to my ear. You should have opened the door, I screamed. The fingers brushed my hair, cold, paper thin. My phone vibrated in my palm so violently, almost cracked. The screen filled with a final message. Too late. The ceiling tore open. A shape poured through, not a man, not even a full body, but a tangle of limbs and a face like mine, stretched, eyes empty. It smiled with my mouth. The closet door slammed on its own. The lock clicked from the inside. Darkness swallowed everything except the glow of my phone. On the screen was a photo, me, standing at my apartment door. Hand on the knob, eyes closed. Smiling faintly. Another photo replaced it. The closet, empty. Another. The hallway outside my apartment. The door opening slowly. Then the texts started again, one after another, flooding the screen. Each identical. Don't trust the man who knocks tonight. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. The thing with my face leaned close, its breath freezing against my cheek, and whispered my name one last time. Everything went black, and then I woke up, but not in my bed.